It's Brian Preston, the money guy.
All right, let's look at this fourth line. It's almost like the content team set these up sort of perfectly to go along. Yeah. Crypto is a currency. That's what some people are telling you. So let's see if we can have somebody explain to us how crypto is indeed a currency.
If we piggyback off of my first reason of community, and now we have a goal, right? So the goal to get to $1, we have everybody kind of encouraging everyone else to buy more Dogecoin, because now it's nice. Like, all right, if I get it, then I have it at a certain price. If you get it, you have it at a certain price. And then if we get more people to buy it, the value goes up, right? As soon as the value goes up, I make more money, you make more money, they make more money. Oh, wow. So let's get more people to buy it. And then the valuation goes up and we all make more money. So it's one of those things where it's like, if we do that enough times, we can get to $1, which is the goal.
Oh, so now wait a minute. I'm sorry. This is all starting to make a little more sense. Let me see if I can get this right. So we're here. We're here at the top. And if we can, we're community. He said community up here at the top. It's kind of like, Fast and Furious family, community. And then if we can convince a few people underneath us to buy some too,
well, they will make money.
Yeah, and then if we can convince them to go out and get a few more people, they'll make more money.
They'll make money.
This is starting geometrically. I think I've heard this. I've heard this before. Help me out here, Bo. Where have I heard this before?
I think.
Oh, wait a minute.
I think
he's
this is
describing a pyramid.
I think that our favorite folks over at the office, I think Jim figured this out, that I start here and then I bring in some people and I bring in... Here's what we're not suggesting. Man. We are not suggesting that all cryptocurrencies or the Bitcoin or any of that kind of stuff is a pyramid scheme necessarily. What we are suggesting is the way that he just described it is I start here and then I bring people below me and it raises the price, and then people below them and it raises the price. And I just don't know that to me sounds like the way that a currency works. I don't think that's the way that a currency works.
Well, first of all, the government doesn't consider cryptocurrencies. Man,
it's kind of confusing, right?
It's kind of like, look, Tesla, autopilot.
Not exactly autopilot.
So it's the same thing. Cryptocurrencies is not a currency. It's actually classified as a commodity, which makes sense because think about it. Commodities are things like natural resources, oil and gas. They have a limited supply. And one of the big things about cryptocurrencies is that there are limited quantities of the cryptos that are created. So it makes sense. And also currencies are buying and selling goods. The price, it just doesn't, you don't have a lot of volatility. That doesn't line up perfectly with how cryptos are actually structured.
Yeah, you just said it, Brian. Generally, currencies don't have a lot of volatility, extreme volatility. Well, look at what the price of Bitcoin specifically has done from January of 2020 all the way until now. That is the exact opposite of volatility. I mean, that is the opposite of not having volatility. That is extremely volatile. So if currencies don't have volatility, but Bitcoin has a lot of volatility, something is not adding up right there.
Well, and think about transaction costs. I mean, I get annoyed. You used to get discounts at the gas station for cash because the vendors didn't want to pay the 3% or the 2%. It keeps getting lower to the actual credit card companies. If you think 2 to 3% fees are high to the providers, wait until you find out about the transaction and gas fees that cryptocurrencies have. It can be quite expensive. I mean, we saw stuff around $60 to as high as $300 per transaction. That's right. Man, it makes those. I remember when I used to go to the ATM and they charged me $2 to use it.
Yep.
But that's too steep. I'm not paying them $2 to think I'm going to pay $60. No way.
And even, it's even crypto or Bitcoin transactions aren't incredibly quick. When I go to the grocery store and I want to, use some of my currency to pay for something, it's an immediate transaction. Cryptocurrency transactions don't always work that way. Sometimes it can take 4 hours or longer for that to process. Imagine staying at the grocery line, trying to check out with some ice cream, and you're trying to pay with crypto in like 4 hours before you get the transaction done. It just doesn't seem like that makes a whole lot of sense.
Well, and then how about the volatility? You showed that chart of volatility. What if the price of the goods you're buying just fluctuated greatly. We missed out on an opportunity.
I know what you're going to say.
There
I'm
was
already
a
thinking
football
about it.
player.
Yep, it was OBJ, wasn't it? It was an Odell Beckham.
Paid with cryptocurrencies.
He negotiated his
Crypto
contract.
got crushed from the time of the NFL season. Somebody had creatively calculated out. I think he was making $35,000 a year because
right.
after he paid all the income taxes at the gross amount, after the losses of the cryptocurrency, these type of things create issue.
Yeah, nobody wants to be on the wrong end of that exchange. Imagine if you were selling something online and you listed a price and you had no idea when you recognize that sale what the value of that exchange would be. It's just not something that you want to do in a transaction.
Here's an unpopular fact from the people who are pushing crypto. And look, I'm not against crypto, but I think people just should be fully informed. It's highly concentrated. It's not a currency or even a commodity of the people. Just a very small group of people. 95% of Bitcoin is held by 2% of wallets.
That's unbelievable. The vast majority is held by a very small number of people. And if you look at the top 0.01% of wallets, they control 27%, almost a third of the entire supply.
So it goes back to the office, shape. If we're here at the top and we're convincing more people to buy it below us, you start quickly realizing there's a reason this thing can be sold like a timeshare too, where you're giving huge referral bonuses and other conflicts of interest. That's why I've seen great people I thought were aspiring content creators in the financial space. They come on and they're talking about investing and index funds. And then one day, all of a sudden, they're now promoting cryptos.
Yep.
And I'm like, oh, they got a hold of some of that. They got some of that juice. They got some of that juice. That crypto juice got them on those referral and affiliate and those other type of fees. Pay attention to all these things to keep yourself safe.